Hello. Yes, I am in the lab and I am acclimating my animals for the experiment. And in the meantime, I will continue studying this import, working with external libraries lecture. So this is the last one. I guess I was somewhere here. I think I'm not really reading these carefully. So I guess what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go jump into the exercise and then come back and read and do the exercise. When does 1 plus 1 not equal to? Things can get weirder than this. You may have heard of or even used TensorFlow. I heard. Used? No. But I have my students using them. A Python library popularly used for deep learning. It makes extensive use of operator overloading. Import TensorFlow as TF, create two constants, each with value 1. A TF constant 1, B TF constant 1. Add them together to get A plus B some weird value. A plus B isn't 2. It is, to quote TensorFlow's documentation, a symbolic handle to one of the outputs of an operation. It does not hold the values of that operation's output, but instead provides a means of computing those values in TensorFlow. And according to NumPy, I guess it's 2. Okay. Handle to one of the outputs of an operation does not hold the values of that operation's output, but instead it's important just to be aware of the fact that this sort of things is possible and that libraries will often use operator overloading in non-obvious or magical seeming ways. Understanding how Python's operators work when applied to int strings and lists is not guaranteed that you'll be able to immediately understand what they do when applied to TensorFlow or NumPy or Pandas. Once you have had a little taste of data frames, for example, an expression like the one below starts to look appealingly intuitive. Get the rows with population over 1 million in South America. DF, okay, DF population greater than 10 to the power 6 and DF continent South Africa. But why does it work? The example above features something like 5 different overloaded operators. What each of those operations doing? It can help to know the answer when things start going wrong. I actually did wonder. It's not to be directly related to the operator overload. When Python programs want to define how operators behave on their types, they do so by implementing methods with special names beginning and ending with two underscores, such as underscore underscore LT underscore underscore blah blah blah. Generally, names that follow this double underscore format have a special meaning to Python. Ooh, so for example, the expression x in 1 to 3 is actually calling the list method contains behind the scenes. It's equivalent to much uglier that contains x. If you're curious to learn more, you can check out Python's official document. It describes many, many more of these special underscore methods. We won't be defining our own types in these lessons, but I hope you'll get the experience, the joy of defining your own wonderful weird types later down the road. Method contains. Okay, let's go. Try it yourself happily. I think I'm gonna fail pretty hard because I barely understand the things in the previous page. I mean, I did, but I don't think that I'm ready to apply, but sometimes you have to just jump into the water. 1. After completing the exercises on lists and tuples, Jimmy noticed that according to his estimate average slot payout function, the slot machines at the Learn Python casino are actually rigged against the house and are profitable to play in the long run. Starting with 200 bucks in his pocket, Jimmy has played the slots 500 times, recording his new balance in a list after each spin. He used Python's matplotlib library to make a graph of his balance over time. Nice, nice, nice. He, from learntools.python, what? Import the Jimmy slots submodule from learntools.python. Import Jimmy slots. Call slots. Call the getGraph function to get Jimmy's graph. Graph equals Jimmy slots get graph. Graph. As you can see, he hits a bit of bad luck recently. Yeah, he wants to tweet this along with some choice emojis, but as it looks right now, his followers will probably find it confusing. He has asked if you can help him make the following changes. Add the title results of 500 slot machine pools. Make the y-axis start at 0. And add the label balance to the y-axis. After calling type graph, you see that Jimmy's graph is of type matplotlib dot axes dot subplots dot axis subplot. That's a new one. By calling dir graph, you find 3 methods that seems like they'll be useful. Set title, set ylem, set ylabel. Okay, the first thing that I should notice here is that if you see something new and if you want to do something new with it, if you want to interact with something, see in Python, you can simply type graph. It's the name of the object, type graph. What is this object? It is matplotlib dot axes dot subplots dot axes subplot. So dir graph will give me all the functions that I can call on this object. Use these methods to complete the function prettify graph according to Jim's requests. You have already checked off the first request for you, setting a title. Dot set len. Before doing something wrong, Help order graph. It's not what I called. Okay. What if? Pretty straightforward. Okay. I will pause here. I have to go and do something with the experiments, and then I will be back. Hey, I am back. Okay. Okay, I think I added balance. I started y-axis from 0, and we have a title saying results of 500 slot machine pulls. Okay, I think Mamma mia. I didn't do that, but it still works. Okay, this part is bonus. Format the numbers on the y-axis as dollar amounts. An array of the values displayed on the y-axis. Ticks equals graph get y ticks. Okay, I will get y ticks, gets the values displayed on the y-axis as an array. Format those values into strings beginning with dollar signs. New label equals okay, dollar, and put this merge the integer. Here for amount. Shouldn't this be string? Say str. Okay. Set the new labels. Set y tick labels. Sorry. Try to do this without looking. Okay. Ticks equals graph dot get ticks. Now we have arrays. We have to add dollar amounts to this. New label equals would be an array of dollar. Okay. Dot format integer amt in, and then that dot, what was the function for that? Graph set y label ticks is new label. Y tick label. Okay, we did it, but we have an error. Okay. This is a very hard problem. Feel free to skip it if you are short on time, which I am, because I am currently running experiments. But I will come back to this. Let's say, suppose we wanted to create a new type to represent hands in blackjack. One thing we might want to do with this type is overload the comparison operator like greater or less than or greater, so that we could use them to check whether one hand beats another. Example, it would be cool if we could do this. Hand 1 equals blackjack hand, blah, blah. Hand 2, blackjack hand, blah, blah, blah. Hand 1 beats hand 2, true. Well, we're going to do all that in this question. Defining custom classes is a bit beyond the scope of these lessons, but the code we're asking you to write in the function below is very similar to what we have done, what we had have to write, what we would have to write if we were defining our own blackjack hand class. We would put in, or we had put in the greater than magic method, define our custom operator for greater. Okay. Okay. I definitely want to solve these questions, but I have to go. So I will pause and come back. And back. So let's break down this question, because okay, define our goal. It wants us to manipulate and change the way those greater sign behaves. Let's I'm gonna get some water. Okay, let's go back and read this part about operator overloading. What a silly question. We might think that Python strictly policies how pieces of its core syntax behave, such as blah, 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 blah. But in fact, it takes a very hands-off approach. When you define a new type, you can choose how addition works for it, for what it means for an object of that type to be equal to something else. The designers of lists decided that adding them to numbers wasn't allowed. The designers of NumPy. Okay, so how do we do this? Okay, so how do I do it? Tell me how. Am I missing something? Ah. Okay. They don't want me to change. They want me to write a function that will behave like it, but in it, there will be all those operations that will finally look at if this is greater than this, it's true. If this is not greater than this, it's false. Okay, so instead of starting blindly and trying stuff, let's think about what we have to do. Return true if in order for hand one to beat hand two, the following must be true. The total of hand one must not exceed 21. Check if hand one exceeds 21. If so, return the total of hand one must exceed the total of hand two, or hand two's total must exceed hand one. If hand one total exceeds hand two total, or hand two um, return. Okay. And um are strings. When adding up a hand's total, cards with numbers count for that many points. Face cards are worth 10 points. A can count, okay, 3 different conditions. If number um, number number if J, Q, and K, then they equal to 10. If A it is equal to 11. But if A plus, okay, if other card total is equal to is and or equal to is 12. Else A is 1. This I'll be back because I have to go to the experiments. Okay, I am back. So this, if I code this like as I typed here, this will generate a bug. It should treat A differently, but it should also treat multiple A's differently. Okay, it should start with numbers, right? It should start with numbers. It should sum up numbers. And then it should start A's. Okay, this code will be ugly if I want to write it fast. Does this solve the problem? If cards, the number cards total is less than or equal to 10, and if there's only one A is equal to 11. If the number of if the number cards total is less than or equal to 10, but if there is more than one A, then A's are 1. Yes, that solves the problem. Or if there's only one A, but the number of cards are more than or equal to 10. Okay, go. Okay, these will come last. And Okay. So hand one is a list, hand two is a list, and cards are strings. Okay. I can write this for general. No, because lists are different. Or there's a problem of, okay, I can simply convert. Wait, I have to go, but I'll come back. Hey guys, I don't have much time now to finish this exercise, but I will continue tomorrow. So that's enough for today. Bye.